Welcome back to the virtual hangar. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet so you can make this simple crochet coffee cozy. Like all my videos, I recommend you watch this at least once before getting started. Your kit will include one 6mm crochet hook, one ball of yarn, small ball of yarn, one wooden button, and that's it. That's all you need to get started. We are going to take our wooden button and you need to thread it onto the yarn. I'm not going to lie to you, this will be a little bit difficult, but it is possible and it will just take some time. You're probably not going to be able to just shove the yarn through the buttonhole like I'm doing here. You can use the old lick and twist method, or like I do, you can grab like a pencil or something pointy that will fit through the buttonhole and just shove the yarn through. You just have to work at it until you get the yarn threaded, or the button threaded onto the yarn. You can see here I'm actually using a yarn needle, but the needle doesn't fit all the way through the buttonhole, so I just have to kind of poke it, so that's fine. Just make sure when you're threading the yarn that you go up through the back of the button, and then you can see the way you start on the wrong side of the button, so that little loop is on the right side of the button, and then make sure you come out on the wrong side of the button again. Once the button's threaded, just pull it towards the yarn ball. You don't need to worry about it for a little while. Let's get started with crocheting. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually start by making a slip knot. So take 2 fingers and wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers. You can see the X there. And then we're actually going to keep going with that X and turn it into sort of a pretzel shape. See this pretzel? Love pretzels. And then you're going to take the left inside loop of the pretzel and pull it until you have a slip knot. That's how you make a slip knot. The nice thing about slip knots is you just pull them and then you're back to the blank yarn. So I'm going to do it again here. Wrap your yarn around your fingers until you get the X, then keep going with the X to make the pretzel. Grab one loop from the inside of the pretzel, and then you have a slip knot. The nice thing about the slip knot too is that we can just tighten it around our crochet hook to however big you need it to be. And now we're going to start crocheting. So we're going to do a thing called chaining. So we're going to chain 40 for this project. And you can see I just wrap the yarn around the hook and then pull that wrapped through the loop. And you're just making loops inside of each other. So I think I've done 4 so far. And you just keep doing that until you've done it 40 times. We need 40 chains to get this project started. This is technically row number 1, and we're going to chain 40. You can see here how the loops look. I'm going to zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 loops there, so that means I've done it 10 times. So we got to do it 30 more times. And if your button gets too close to your hook, just keep pushing it out of the way. We're not going to need the button until about halfway through the project, so just keep pushing it back so that it doesn't interfere with where you're trying to crochet with the hook and the yarn. And we're just about there we go. That's 40. So it needs to be long enough to wrap around whatever coffee cup you're using. I'm doing 40. I would recommend, if this is your first time, just doing 40. And now I'm going to show you how to actually start crocheting. So this whole project is made up of what's called single crochets. That's the stitch. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Instead of going into this first loop, which will be a little complicated, kind of go to the back side and go to the first loop on the back. Hopefully the close-up will kind of help you. So once you've pushed your hook through the back of that first chain, wrap the yarn around the hook and pull it through just the loop of the chain. Then wrap your yarn around your hook again and pull it through both loops on the hook. So I'm going to show you again. Wrap, pull through the first one, wrap, pull through both. And that's a single crochet. So you're just going to do that about 40 times on each row. You can kind of tell where you're at by how many loops you have on the hook at any one time. So we've got, when we wrap the first time, we've got 2, and then you wrap through 2. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done it 5 times. Counting is really important in crochet, especially the first time you're trying a project, because it can get a little bit confusing, especially when we're doing this kind of like back of the chain starting on the first row. You can pretty easily get lost because the whole project is basically just making loops and pulling them through. So it's really important when you get to the end of your row of 40 to go ahead and count your stitches. Make sure that you've actually got 40. And you can count by the way that each little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Perfect. Okay, so now to turn directions. We can't go straight into this other side. It gets a little bit cramped if we do that. So what we're going to do instead is actually chain 1 and then turn. So we're going to do 1 chain, just like we did at the beginning of the project. Turn your project over and then go back into that first loop, skipping the chain. It's really important you skip the chain you just made and then do a single crochet. So you can kind of see the corner that makes. It makes the finished edge of our project a little bit nicer. So then we're just going to keep going in this row the same way we did the last row. We're going to single crochet 40 so that we get all the way to the end of the row, and you just do 1 single crochet for each single crochet you did on the row before. And you'll see I'm going to attach in the description of this video a pattern that has all of these instructions plus also kind of a chart that's going to show you how the things line up. So here we are, we're at the end of the row again, so we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn it over, skip the chain, and then go back into the last crochet we did on the previous row, and then single crochet there in that row. You can see how that makes the nice corner, that square edge, that's what we're looking for. So keep going, single crochet 40 on this row. By the end of this project, you are going to be so good at the single crochet, and that's exactly the point of this project. The single crochet is kind of the foundation of all of crocheting, so once you're really good at it, you know how to crochet, and that's that. It's as simple as that. Row 5, we're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and chain 1 and then single crochet 40. Again, you should be counting at the end of each row how many crochets to make sure you've got all 40 of them. You don't want to make like a weird trapezoid, you want to make a rectangle. The other thing, obviously I'm speeding these up for the video. Go as fast or as slow as you need to, and feel free to pause this video, rewind, fast forward, do whatever you need. The YouTube controls will let you do that so you can follow along as best as possible. So at the end of row 5, we're going to chain 1 to turn, just like we have been. Row 6 is going to be our special row. We're finally going to use the button. So what we're going to do is single crochet 3. So that's 1, here's 2, and here's, you get that nice square edge, and here's number 3. And then we're going to crochet our button in. So start by just putting the hook through the first loop, and then go ahead and push the button as close to the stitch as possible. It's a little bit fiddly, I know, especially because I have to hold it to show you. Alright, so you've pushed your button as close to your crochet work as possible. Then wrap the yarn around and pull it through the first loop. Wrap the yarn around and pull it through both loops. And now you've crocheted your button onto your piece. And then the rest of the row is just simple single crochets. We're going to do 31 after the button. You can see how the button is now attached to the single crochets. That's why we had to start with the button on the yarn, because there's not really a great way to crochet the button in we would have to sew it in after, which we don't really want to do. So single crochet 31, and then we're going to get to the last 5 stitches of the row. So if you decided to make a longer one or a shorter one, really what we did is you attach the button in the first 5, and then we're going until the last 5 of the row. So at the beginning of the last 5 stitches of the row, 3, 4, 5, you can see, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're skipping those 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet the last 2 in the row. So that's what makes the button whole. And then it gives you a little bit of a border here with those 2 single crochets on the end. So now you have a buttonhole. So that's the most difficult row of the whole thing. Now we're back to our normal kind of style, row 7. We are going to chain 1 to turn, and then we're just single crocheting 40. For the chain stitches, you're just going to crochet in them like you crochet in the rest of the regular single crochets. So we do 1, and we just keep going. I'm going to do this part in real time so that you can see how to get it in the chain in case you're confused. So it's a little bit slower than the rest of the rows, but this is about the speed that I crochet in real life, a little bit slower so that you can see. Start to finish, this project took me about 30 minutes, but I've been crocheting for like decades, so don't expect to, you're not going to be crocheting this fast, right? The other thing is, if you make a mistake, let's say your piece does start to become a trapezoid, you can always take the yarn out of the hook and just start pulling on the yarn, and the whole thing will unravel and you can just start again. It's not a big deal. Or you can redo parts. So we're going to, row number 8 here, we're going to chain 1 to turn. We're going to single crochet another 40, just like we have been for the rest of the project. So like I was saying, you want to count at the end of every row, and if you've made a mistake and for some reason you don't have 40 stitches in your row, you can actually just take the hook out of the yarn loop and just keep pulling on the yarn until the stitches come out, until you get back to the end of the previous row, and you can actually just start again. We're not actually tying any knots, right? We're just pulling loops through other loops in the yarn. So if you make a mistake, it's pretty easy to pull them out and start again. So row number 9 here, we've done the same thing, chain 1 to turn, and then we're single crocheting 40. The rest of the project is going to proceed in the same manner. So we're just going to do that really quickly here on the video, because by now you've probably gotten the hang of it, or at least better than you did at the start. Finally, we are going to get on here to row number 10, where we are going to do the same thing, chain 1 to turn, just like we've done here. You can see the buttons attached, nice square edge. This is our final row. We're almost there. I just wanted to show you what the whole project should look like at this point. So you turn the project over after you've chained 1, single crochet 40, the same way we did for the last rows, but this is our last row. So when we get to the very end, we're going to do something a little bit different, and I'll show you how to tie it off. The way we do that on crochet is pretty simple. So once we get to the end of this row, I will go ahead and demonstrate that. Again, make sure you're counting. You've got 40 stitches in this row. You should have 40 stitches in all of the rows. So now we've gotten to our last stitch here, and the project should be looking pretty good and rectangular. What we're going to do, you shouldn't have much yarn left, but if you do, you can just cut it off. I pulled mine all the way through, and then you just pull to tighten. And that's it. Instead of leaving it a loop, you just pull it all the way through. Again, if you have a lot of yarn left because you have tight tension or something, you can just trim it. And then I always just tie a little extra knot just in case. Just wrap the yarn around itself and tie a little overhand knot until you get to the end of your project. So now you've tied it off, you're all done crocheting. To finish, all I do is take some scissors and just trim pretty close. You don't want to trim too close just in case, but I like to trim pretty close to the end. If you had a fabric needle, you could weave the ends into your crochet, but I just don't ever bother with that. I just trim them and I think it looks fine. So there you go. You got your button attached here. It's a little bit loose, which is perfectly fine. Yours will also probably be a little bit loose. When you go to wrap your coffee cozy around your coffee mug, it should just go right into the buttonhole. You can see here. And there you have it. So that's our project. I hope that you had a good time making it. If you have any questions or need any help, please reach out to us on social media. And I will see you next time.